Hey, this is John from Bear Bull Traders, and I want to discuss my best and worst trade for 17 May 2021. As always, if you could like this video, subscribe to this channel, or hit the alert button, that is always appreciated. My worst trade today was on Facebook. This was a high day break trade where the high day was 314.27. The volume at entry was 2 million shares. Our vol was only 60%, but 2 million shares is plenty of volume to trade on, so that was fine. Facebook was holding up well against a general SPY sell-off from about 9:40 to 9:52 a.m. this morning. So you can see as the SPY was trending down, Facebook was fighting that, and it was generally trending up. Not a great high day, so it's 27 cents above a dollar level. I prefer at a dollar level or just below it. It's also below the S3 Camarilla pivot point here at 314.39. So those two things were kind of on my mind as I traded this and thought about the expectation of how fast it should break out. The 1 minute volume on entry was building with a pre-entry candle anomaly bar. So if you look, this is the white step pattern I want, except this bar is lower than this one. So that's the anomaly, but it's not bad. It's showing some building volume here and some good volume on entry. The SPY was holding support near the pre-market low down here at this purple dotted line, and maybe looking to reverse trend to the upside right here. So the SPY is just starting to turn in my direction, perhaps. That's always a good thing. I took an entry a bit early at 314.22, but this volume bar was the second tallest of the day, so it's only shorter than the entry bar. So that kind of surging volume made me think it was okay to get in early in this particular case. The trade actually stalled pretty much exactly at 314.22. It was interesting. It just kind of held there, and I kept sitting exactly at break even until it finally started to inch up a little bit. It never really went against me, but this S3 level made me nervous about losing previous profits. I just thought maybe I'm going to have a hard time getting through here, especially with this nice big volume bar that kind of pinged and rejected exactly off of S3. And I got all out at 314.27. So I never had this trade going against me, and you can see what happened right after I got out. I got a nice move over a dollar. So that was a bit of a bummer. So that's my worst trade. My best trade is kind of a non-typical trade for me, maybe a bit risky. This was a GameStop high day break trade where the high day was 166.60. The volume at entry a bit low for this time of day, only 800,000 shares. Our vol was 90%, so somewhat typical, I guess, of GameStop recently. So it's non-typical in that this pullback is, one, it's not very far given the price movement, and two, it's not very long in duration. So I'm not sure high day break is the best name for this. While technically it is, it doesn't really fit my normal pattern. But I did like the resistance at the high of the previous trading day. Right here, 166.47. This is this green dotted line. It rejected nicely on two 1 minute candles. And I also like that R4 sat below that. So if you get the break of the previous, or the high of, not yesterday, but the previous trading day, you're also breaking over R4 nicely at the same time. So this combined breakout area makes for a good place for price to run from. The 1 minute volume really didn't have a chance to make nice white steps like we talked about in the previous trade, because again, this pullback's so short, there's not enough time in here for that to even really form. So what I'm looking for is this break on like a decent volume bar. I got something here, but it's not as good as the volume that had kind of pinged off the high of the previous trading day before. So maybe a bit of a risk there, and that volume maybe should have looked more impressive. The SPY had put in a single somewhat strong candle in my direction. So you can see this general sell-off in the SPY here for 5 minutes. And then on my entry, it's putting in a pretty nice white candle, which is busting up through the pre-market low here, this purple dotted line. So that was a good sign. I'd rather trade with a trend, like maybe you have an entry on something like at the top of this here, so I get this whole trend. But at least I had one strong candle in my direction. That was good. Kind of a bad entry at 167.21, but that's what you get with GameStop. I had to make sure it was really breaking the high of the previous trading day. I really wanted to see evidence of that, so I had to get in a bit late. It took a minute to get going here. Volume fell off a bit, and then volume came and picked up very nicely. And you can see during my trade, I had the highest volume bar of the day and just tried to ride that as much as I could, that and the following volume, and took 50% partials at these levels, and then got all out above break even at 167.59, but GameStop's tricky and volatile, and when I started to see this price coming down, what I felt was kind of a hard drop, I just got out immediately. So that's the best and worst for today. If you'd like, drop a comment below so we can discuss these trades, and have a nice day. Bye-bye.